Hello students, myself Anmol Jain from ABS Engineering College, Department of Computer Science. Today we are going to discuss the last phase of the compiler, that is the code generation. So, before moving to the code generation, today we will discuss that what may be the issues with the code generation. As we know that the code generation is the last phase and the input for the code generation is the intermediate code generation and the output of the code generation is the target code. So, we should discuss the input for the code generation, that is the intermediate code generation, intermediate code, and the output, that is the target code. So, basically there are certain issues that are associated with the code generator. Basically there are 6 issues which we will discuss today. Number 1, the input to the code generator. The input to code generator is the intermediate code generated by the front end along with information in the symbol table that determines the runtime addresses of the data objects denoted by the names in the intermediate representation. So, here we will discuss the input, that is the intermediate code generation. Intermediate code generation, that is the input to the code generation that is already having certain information in symbol table, right. Intermediate codes may be represented in quadruples. We know that the intermediate code can be generated either in quadruples, either in triples, indirect triples, postfix notation, syntax tree and DAGs. So, out of these any one of the code can be presented towards the code generator. Next, it is assumed that the input are free from all syntactic and state semantic errors. Why this is assumed? Because first phase is the lexical analysis, second phase is the syntax analysis, third phase is the semantic analysis, next phase is the intermediate code generation. So, it is assumed that the syntax analyzer has removed all the syntactic errors, semantic analyzer has removed all the semantic errors. So, there is no need to worry about the syntax error and semantic error. Similarly, there is no need to worry about the type conversion, because all these errors, if there are, has been handled by the previous phases. The target program. The target program may be either in 3 forms. Number 1, absolute machine language. It can be placed in a fixed memory location and can be immediately executed. So, absolute machine language code जो है, that is generated basically for the small programs, because they are residing in the main memory. So, main memory में space ज़्यादा होता नहीं, इस वजह से अगर small programs है, that can be resided that are having the fixed space in a memory. So, it is faster because it can be executed very easily, because there is no transfer from secondary memory to main memory. But the condition is that the program must be small, that can be resided or that can be allocated to the main memory. Second, that is the relocatable machine language. It allows subprograms and subroutines. Subprograms or subroutine means the functions or procedures to be compiled separately. Relocatable object modules can be linked together and loaded by linking loader. So, relocatable machine language में क्या है? You are having different programs, different subprograms or subroutines that can be compiled and that can be linked together and can be loaded thereafter. Next, that is the assembly language. It makes the code generation easier. We can generate symbolic instructions. Generally, we learn the symbolic instruction like your microprocessor instructions, like add, move, etc. So, these are a symbolic instruction and use macro facilities of assembler in generating code. we need an additional assembly step after code generation. Once we have received or we have reached up to the assembly language program, then we need one more step, that is your assembler. assembler के लिए इनपुट क्या होता है आपका? assembly language program, and the output is your target code, right. So, after converting the program into assembly language, we need one more converter, that is a assembler, right. So, these are the issues that are associated with the input to the code generator and the output of the code generator. Next issue is the memory management. Mapping the names in the source program to the address of data objects is done by the front end and the code generator. Second, a name in 3 address statements refers to the symbol table entry for the name. Then from symbol table entry, a relative address can be determined for the name. जो भी आपका वेरिएबल फंक्शन जो भी आप डिक्लेयर करते हो, दैट्स एंट्री इज डन फर्स्ट इन सिंबल टेबल. सिंबल टेबल से जब भी आपको किसी वेरिएबल या फंक्शन की जरूरत पड़ती है, यू कैन एक्सेस द सिंबल टेबल. नेक्स्ट इज द इंस्ट्रक्शन सिलेक्शन. दैट इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड दैट हैज़ टू बी डन बाय द engineers who are actually designer of the compiler. For example, I am going to write a code for these 2 lines of program, that is a equals to b plus c and d equals to a plus e, right, and I try to write the assembly language code for this. So, first step, move b comma r0. What does it mean? That move the b, content b into register r0, move b into r0, contents of b has been transferred to r0 register. Next, add c comma r0. What does it mean? That c equals to c plus b, सॉरी r0 में क्या आ गया आपका b प्लस सी. एड c कॉमा r0, दैट b ऑलरेडी है उसमें, c को मैंने ऐड कर दिया, तो ऐड होने के बाद कहाँ पर आ गया डेटा आपका रजिस्टर r0 में. मूव r0 कॉमा a. व्हाट डज इट मीन? जो भी आपका कंटेंट्स r0 में है उसको कहाँ ट्रांसफर कर दिया मैंने? a में. दैट इज a इक्वल्स टू b प्लस सी. नेक्स्ट स्टेप, move a comma r0. What does it mean? That transfer the contents of a into r0. contents of a को मैंने कहाँ ट्रांसफर कर दिया? r0 में, राइट. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज d इक्वल्स टू a प्लस e. नाउ व्हाट हैव टू डन? आई हैव टू डू दैट एड e comma r0. एड e comma r0 का क्या मतलब है? दैट r0 में अब क्या आ गया आपका a प्लस ई. सो d इक्वल्स टू a प्लस ई. एंड लास्ट स्टेप इज मूव r0 comma d. r0 comma d means that assign the value of r0 into d, that is d equals to a plus e. So, here I am having this statement move a comma r0 as a redundant, because if I do not write this statement, the output will be the same. So, we have to take care of the instruction, that which instruction is required or which instruction can be removed, which is not affecting the actual output, right. Similarly, one more example, suppose write a 3 address code for the statement a equals to a plus 1. That means a की वैल्यू को मुझे क्या करना है? 1 से इंक्रीमेंट करना है. So, if I try to write the 3 address code for this statement, what I can write? That move r0 comma a. That means that a की वैल्यू को मैंने r0 में ट्रांसफर कर दिया, राइट. सेकेंड, एड r0 comma #1. r0 में a प्लस 1 हो गया. आई कैन राइट दी हैश वैल्यू टू रिप्रेजेंट दी कॉन्स्टेंट. हैश वैल्यू किस लिए यूज करता हूं मैं? कांस्टेंट नंबर को लिखने के लिए, राइट. देन मूव a कॉमा r0. व्हाट डज इट मीन? दैट मूव द वैल्यू ऑफ r0 in a. So that means I am using three statements for a single statement. But if I suppose use an alternating instruction that is already there in microprocessor, that is the INCA, that is the increment a. So this statement or these three statements can be replaced by a single statement, that is increment of a. So we should take care of the instruction selection कि हमें कौन से instructions यूज़ करने हैं जिसकी वजह से मेरा कम से कम instructions से पूरा प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट हो जाए और एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम मेरा कम हो जाए. नेक्स्ट इज द रजिस्टर एलोकेशन इश्यूज. ऑब्वियसली जब भी हम कोई कोड जनरेट करते हैं देन वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ द रजिस्टर्स, बिकॉज जो भी मेरे वेरिएबल्स हैं, जो भी मेरा डेटा है, दैट ऑलवेज रिसाइड इन द रजिस्टर्स. सो दो चीज़ों का आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ता है रजिस्टर के टाइम पर. नंबर वन, नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स एंड द साइज ऑफ द रजिस्टर. कोशिश क्या होनी चाहिए कि नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स भी मेरे कम से कम हो और साइज ऑफ द रजिस्टर्स भी जो मेरा छोटा से छोटा हो, जिससे मेरा प्रोग्राम में कोई इफेक्ट ना आए. सो वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ इट these allocation issues while we discuss the register allocation. Number one issues, use of registers make the computation faster. अगर computation को faster करना है then you have to take care of the register in comparison to that of memory, because registers are the fastest in memory hierarchy. आप जानते हैं कि memory hierarchy में सबसे ऊपर कौन होता है? registers, because these are the nearest to the CPU. So registers are faster rather than the memory. So efficient utilization of register is important. The use of registers are subdivided into two sub problems. Number one, during register allocation we select only those set of variables that will reside in the register at each point in the program. केवल उन set of variables को हम select करते हैं जो हमेशा रजिस्टर्स में ही रहेंगे. ऐसे नहीं कि किसी भी वेरिएबल को हमने रजिस्टर में एलोकेट कर दिया. रजिस्टर हम केवल उस वेरिएबल को देने की कोशिश करते हैं दोज वेरिएबल्स आर जनरली रिसाइड इन द रजिस्टर्स. सेकेंड पॉइंट, ड्यूरिंग ए सब्सिक्वेंट रजिस्टर असाइनमेंट फेज द स्पेसिफिक रजिस्टर इज पिक्ड टू एक्सेस द वेरिएबल, राइट. सो दीज टू पॉइंट्स आर टू बी कंसिडर्ड व्हाइल वी आर allocating the registers. Next is the evaluation order. Now we have done the issues related with the input, issues with the target, issues with the memory, issues with the registers. That means मेरे पास जो input था, output था, बीच की जितनी भी चीज़ें थी उनको मैंने डिस्कस कर लिया है. अब बात आती है नेक्स्ट, दैट इज़ द evaluation order. Evaluation order means I am having the set of instructions. I am having the set of instructions. Now which instruction should be executed first and which instruction should be executed out thereafter. It also affect the execution time of my program. So we should take care of the evaluation order of the instruction set also. The code generator decides the order. This is the job of the code generator phase, who will decide the order of instruction, decides the order in which the instructions will be executed. किस order में instruction को execute होना है, this will be decided by the code generator. The order of computations affects the efficiency of the target code. जैसे मैंने बताया सेम प्रोग्राम को मैं एक से ज़्यादा ऑर्डर में लिख सकता हूँ, आउटपुट भी मेरा सेम आएगा, बट द इफिशियंसी मे बी डिफरेंट. सो टू इम्प्रूव द इफिशियंसी वी शुड सेलेक्ट द evaluation order. This is not so easy to write the different evaluation order and to find the best out of them, right, but we should take care of it. Among many computational orders, some will require only fewer register to hold the intermediate results. However, picking the best order in general case is a difficult and it lies NP complete problem. सो इवैल्यूएशन ऑर्डर में कुछ ऑर्डर ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं जिसमें आपके नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स कम लगेंगे, राइट जिसमें नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स कम लगेंगे वो कोड आपका एज कंपेयर टू अदर इफ़िशिएंट होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स कम है, मेमोरी कॉस्ट कम होती है या नंबर ऑफ रजिस्टर्स कम होते हैं, तो उसकी वजह से उसका शिफ्ट ऑपरेशंस कम होते हैं। शिफ्ट ऑपरेशंस कम होने की वजह से आपका एग्जीक्यूशन फास्ट होता है। लेट्स सी द एग्जांपल। इवैल्यूएशन ऑर्डर, सेम आउटपुट but different order leads to different efficiency. Same output but different order leads to different efficiency. So, I am having the code example 1 and this is my example 2 for the same problem, but I see here, let me check the output of this program, that R0 equals to A, R1 equals to B, R2 equals to C. R0 equals to A, R1 equals to B, R2 equals to C. Next statement, R3 equals to R0 plus R1. R0 plus R1 means R3 equals to A plus B, right. Next statement, R4 equals to R2 plus R3. What does it mean? That R4 equals to R2 plus R3, that is C plus A plus B. Then R4 equals to D, that means D equals to A plus B plus C. So, the output is D equals to A plus B plus C. Now, let us see the output of this example, that R0 equals to A, R1 equals to B, R2 equals to R0 plus R1, R0 plus R1 means A plus B, that is R2 equals to A plus B, right. Next, R0 equals to C. What I have done, I just changed the variable of R0. R0 पहले A था, अब क्या आ गया C. So, R0 equals to C. Next statement, R3 equals to R2 plus R0. That is R3 equals to R2 means A plus B. And what is R0 now? The value of R0 is equals to C. That is R3 equals to A plus B plus C. Then assign the value of R3 to D. So, D equals to A plus B plus C. So, what is the output? The D equals to A plus B plus C. Here is also the output is D equals to A plus B plus C. Output is same. Number of statements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same number of instructions, same output, but which one is the efficient? Which code is more efficient? Either of these two. इन दोनों में से कौन सा ज़्यादा efficient है? So, the efficient code is decided by number 1, which is having the minimum time, minimum set of instructions, minimum number of instructions or minimum number of code, and more important, which requires minimum number of registers. So, we can compare here in these two codes. Here I am using how many registers, that is R0, R1, R2, R3, R4. So, number of registers कितने यूज हो गए इसमें 0 to 4, that is equals to 5. While in this code how many registers has been used? R0, R1, R2 and R3. So, which code? So, this code has used only 4 registers. So, which code is better? Obviously, the instructions, the three address code which requires minimum number of registers is most efficient code. So, this is more efficient as compared to the example 1 code, right. So, while deciding the code generation, we have to take care of the evaluation order also. This is not so easy task to decide the number of registers and to decide that which evaluation order will be the best order. This cannot be decided easily, because I have discussed that this is a NP complete problem. This is a NP complete problem, but there are certain algorithms by which we can try to find out the best solution, right. So, up to this point what I have discussed, I have discussed the input to the code generator, the different type of code generators. Input to the intermediate codes may be of quadruples, triples, indirect triples, postfix notation, syntax trees, DAGs. There is no need to check the errors of syntax analyzer or semantic analyzer, because it has been passed through already with the all phases. Then we discuss the target program. It may be your assembly language, it may be your relocatable machine language, it may be your assembly language. Then we discuss the memory management and how the 3 address code and symbol table helps in memory management. Instruction selection, the selection of instructions also increase the efficiency of your compiler. So, we should be able, or we should have knowledge of different instructions which are available. Register allocation issues, evaluation order, that we should also take care of the evaluation order, or we should try to write the same problem or the same program in different order, and then we should compare it, then we should try to find out the best solution. So, these are the main basic issues that are related with the code generation. Approaches to code generation issues, किस चीज़ का हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हम इन सारे issues को handle कर पाएँ. So, code generator must always generate the correct code, obviously it should be. So, अगर हमें correct code generate करना है, अगर हमको correct code generate करना है, तो correct code generate करने के लिए हमारे पास intermediate code correct होना चाहिए. Correct means it must be efficient. हमें इसी लेवल पर इसको क्या कर लेना है, efficient कर लेना है, right, because this is the input for my code generator. Then it generate the target code, right. So, correct code करने के लिए मेरा intermediate code कैसा होना चाहिए, that must be correct and efficient. It is essential because of the number of special cases that a code generator might face. Some of the design goals of the code generator are the correct. जो correct की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो correct क्या होना चाहिए आपका, intermediate code जो है वो correct होना चाहिए, because if there is an error in the intermediate code, then obviously you will find the target code with errors. So, correct intermediate code कैसा होना चाहिए आपका, it must be correct and efficient, easily maintainable, testable and efficient. So, these 4 parameters must be checked with the ICG, that is the intermediate code generation. क्योंकि code generator के लिए input क्या है आपका, intermediate code generation. Input जितना आपका correct होगा, input जितना आपका maintainable होगा, इनपुट जितना आपका टेस्टेबल होगा, इनपुट जितना आपका एफिशिएंट होगा, उतना ही अच्छा आपके पास क्या आएगा, टारगेट कोड आएगा. सो वी शुड टेक केयर ऑफ ऑल दी इश्यूज विद द इंटरमीडिएट कोड जनरेशन स्टेप. इंटरमीडिएट कोड जनरेशन स्टेप पे हमको सारी एरर्स फाइंड आउट कर लेनी चाहिए, उनको रिमूव कर लेना चाहिए, सो दैट द आउटपुट ऑफ द टारगेट आउटपुट एज ए टारगेट कोड मेरे को कैसा मिले, करेक्ट मिले, एफिशिएंट मिले, राइट. सो दीज आर द बेसिक पॉइंट्स विच वी शुड टेक केयर ऑफ फॉर द कोड जनरेशन, राइट. Thanks. So if you find any problem, you can reach to me at anmol.jain@abes.ac.in. Thank you.